I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Dumb Witch Club.
Welcome, everyone.
Today we have an amazing Why Are You Like This episode.
Oh my goodness. What is it?
Oh, do we want to say it?
We have to say it eventually.
It is Capricorn Sun.
Scorpio Moon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Send a shiver down my spine.
That's right.
Okay, let's do a card pull first.
Yes. Let me move this little booklet.
Ooh, it's the Angel Number Oracle, which, of course, we have used before, and we do like, and it is very unique because it has lots and lots of different combinations of numbers beyond kind of just the basic single number angel numbers.
The ones that you like always see on people's necklaces and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I like about it is there's all these different possibilities because you do see all these things and it's just cool. Like, there's all kinds of signs around you at all times.
Exactly. And the more you see them, the more you see them.
And the more you see them.
Yes.
The more you know.
Ooh, okay.
The dumber you are.
That's what happens to us somehow.
Yep.
It's 2222. So it's 2222.
Love that.
Twin flame.
I love that.
I love that. That's sweet.
Went like this as you were doing it and just noticed that it was 2 more twos. And I couldn't help but notice because I was compelled to just like go like that.
Yeah. So on the bottom, there's 22, which it says harmony. So yeah, I mean, obviously like the number 2 has a lot to do with like the duality and kind of the like balance of things and people and energy. And
yes, day and night and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. I just like it. I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah, that just feels encouraging.
It does. It's very sweet. Maybe we need that boost.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Thanks, Angel Number.
Thanks,
Oracle
Angel Number Oracle.
Deck. We love you.
We do. So, all right. So today we have another installment of our, I was going to say famous, I don't know if it's famous, series.
Infamous.
I don't know if it's infamous either. Yeah. It's a series.
It's a series.
Why Are You Like This? Where we take a look in depth at a combination of a sun sign and a moon sign.
Right.
And so far, our goal has kind of been to use combinations that maybe are a little tricky or a little difficult in one way or another.
Sure.
So yeah, this is kind of the one we came up with for today. So what are your first impressions when you hear Cap Sun, Scorpio Moon?
My first, like, off the bat without looking at anything, and obviously I have a little bit of an idea of both of these, you know, signs in my head or whatever. But my initial, like, interaction with it is like, it clashes immediately, like, in my head. Not to be negative. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm like, wait, how does that work kind of thing.
Yes, I totally agree. I think it's one of the ones where my initial impression is like, oof, like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Yes.
How?
Yes. Because even some of the other, like, quote-unquote challenging ones or, like, you say, like, opportunity-laden ones.
Right.
Off the bat, I'm not like, I'm just kind of like, okay, like, let's dig into that. And then sometimes I'm surprised, like, yeah, okay, now I can see, like, the challenges there. But this one, like, off the bat is like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with, well, one, it's like the obvious opposite, or not even opposite, but just the obvious difference.
Yes.
Between earth sign, water sign.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So right away you're seeing, like, of course, like, water and earth coexist, and they, in a beautiful way, and they nourish one another in a beautiful way, but also they're just very different energies. Like, one is obviously sort of, you know, stuck in place, that Capricorn earth energy, like just the earth, you know, right? Even though the earth changes and over time and evolves, I know this too,
of course.
You know, but water is like the constantly in motion.
Right.
Like, so anyway, I think right away that's a contrast.
Yes.
And they're also a day energy and a night energy.
Yes. Yeah. That part too. And yeah, and it's interesting because I guess if you sort of break it down, with Scorpio being a fixed sign, it almost should like make more sense a little, but it almost then just doesn't. It doesn't like help me.
Well, and I think it's because Capricorn is a cardinal energy,
yes,
and so Capricorn is one of the, like the other cardinal signs, a very singular, kind of very like quintessential example. And a Capricorn loves to be the quintessential example as well. You know,
they do enjoy that.
They're like, I am the one right up here at top. You can just look up to me.
Exactly.
And I will show you what to do.
Right.
And Scorpio is literally in that fixed way, like, I do not want to do that.
No, don't look.
And I am the water, and I am under the water, and I am hiding under the water.
Yes, and it's nighttime, and you can't see me, and I'm not moving.
Yes.
So you don't see anything.
Yes.
Nothing to perceive here. Move along.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
No, exactly. And I just think Capricorn energy is about our need for structure, organization, and social accomplishment, right?
Yes.
That being in the sun sign, that's pretty great.
It is. Yes, it fits.
It totally fits. And this is where it gets ironic. Scorpio is about our need for deep involvement and intense transformation. And in that regard, I think being in the moon placement, it makes sense.
It fits. Yes.
But then how do these come together?
Yeah, that's the thing.
To accomplish that person's personality and identity and soul's purpose.
That's the thing. That's where I think it textbook makes sense.
Right.
But why we're still having that initial reaction or that sense of like, this feels hard. Because to bridge those two that are sort of so perfectly kind of like placed like that.
Yeah.
One flawed human individual would have a really hard time doing that, because that's also assuming that that's in perfect balance and that's in perfect balance.
Right. And they probably aren't.
They're
because
not.
As you say, as humans, all of us, we are flawed. We are meant to grow and learn, which means we don't start off like perfectly in balance.
No.
So, you know, and maybe we never get to that either. That's an idealism kind of thing. But
Sure.
Yes, you are explaining exactly why these particular placements in combination, I think, are so like confounding and so very challenging.
Yeah. And I think it's like, I feel like this person has no problem acknowledging that. I feel like I'm speaking for this person, but I feel like they would have no problem acknowledging that. I feel like the slow moving, methodical, strategic, Saturnalian energy, coupled with that also very deliberate, slow moving, deep thinking Pluto energy is like, well, I don't know. I'm figuring this out as I live my life. And that's probably going to be a life's journey. And I'm going to learn these things. And I'm in no hurry to make sure that it's perfect. And I don't really care about that.
I agree. And I do think there is, and again, I don't say this with a like pejorative or negative tone, but I think that both of these signs can share a certain kind of almost arrogance
100%.
that comes along with them. And by that, I mean kind of the thing you were just saying. Like, I feel like the Capricorn is very much like, I'm getting there, I'm going to get there, like, don't worry about me. And the Scorpio is very much like, yes, I'm doing my own thing. It is none of your business.
Don't probe.
And stay out of it.
It's not, don't worry about it.
And so together, I feel like this can create a lot of energy where somebody is growing, hopefully learning, you know, expanding themselves, the transformation part being really important.
Totally.
But also can be very like private about that, and
Very.
also very off-putting if they're inquired about that journey.
100%. They're so, yeah. Obviously, we associate that need for privacy with Scorpio energy. That's like a common thing. But Capricorn, as much as Capricorn doesn't mind sort of being a leader and being an example and things, the process of what's going on is very proprietary to them.
Yes.
The outward output or whatever, okay, fine. Like, that's a thing you're going to see. And they, I feel like, would feel like, well, I kind of can't even help that because success is important to them in their own way.
Yes, and I think the Capricorn energy also is very much like, well, here's the outcome, and you don't get to know how I got here. I'm just here now.
Also, why are you worried about how I got here? The efficient way to be is that I did, and this is what you needed.
But then that Scorpio is underscoring all of that with, like, mind your own business. It's none of your business.
Yes. Shut up.
You know, like, don't even look at us in general.
Yeah.
But then the Capricorn is still pulling for the recognition and for the accomplishment.
Yeah, and that's where the sun placement is in Capricorn and where the moon placement is in Scorpio. That's where that is challenging, because the sun is like, well, this is us. Like, this is us at core. Like, this is what, but the inner emotional side is like, don't. Like, don't show, don't let.
Yes, and I feel like this is where it's also one of these cases where, and I start to have so much empathy for this person.
Yeah.
Who may often be very conflicted internally and can tend to maybe get in their own way.
Yeah,
where they're having this push-pull of, like, that sun purpose, that unique individual singular purpose that your sun sign represents, being in Capricorn, being very, like, forward and public-minded, with this underneath really strong pull to, like, protect the sun with the moon energy. In Scorpio, it's going to be very defended. It can be very overprotected and, like, don't do all of that. Even though the person is like, but I do want to do all of that.
No, it's so true. And I think that there is so much seriousness to this combination. Like, and I'm not saying that in a pejorative way either. Like, I'm a Scorpio and have a bunch of Scorpio placements. Scorpio energy is serious about their emotions.
Totally.
Very dead serious. Like,
and Capricorns are serious about
everything else. Yes. The Cap, earth, physical, material, they're very serious about that. And Scorpio are very serious about everything that's under that. So it's like very serious about all this physicality and this, like, surface level, and then very serious about emotions. There's no levity here. There is in a person, because they have a rising sign and they have a this and that, whatever.
Yes.
You know, I'm not saying, nobody is just two things. But these two things are so unbelievably serious.
Yes. And I think also, like, more internal conflict of, like, seriously, like, wanting to stand strong and be independent and not need anyone in a Capricorn vibe.
My goodness. Yeah.
But also in that really vulnerable and can be very needy Scorpio way, where they're kind of like, I don't want you, but I want you. And they're push-pulling. And then the Capricorn is also like, I'm trying to not need any of this, including my own emotions. And, it just seems hard.
It does. Relationally, it seems really hard. I mean, I feel like on the surface, this person would come off very capable and very put together and have a sense of mystery to them of, like, how do they always seem to know or have it together, or they're just kind of effortlessly cool, and because I don't think that they would have hordes of people around them. I feel like this is a very sort of intentional person in terms of who
I think so
is around them. That even lends to it. It's like, oh, they have, like, a certain, like, circle of people, but
inner
it's
circle.
Small. Yeah, it would be small, because I think trust issues abound here too.
Definitely. And that is always difficult when that is, like, built into basically these, as any of when we do Why Are You Like This? Of course, like you said, there's other placements at play, particularly the rising sign when it comes to overall personality. But this is like 2/3 of the main personality component.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And so whatever that rising sign is, of course, is going to have a huge influence on how this actually comes and plays out in someone's life.
Yeah.
But this is still a lot of influence from these two dynamics.
It is.
And these are both very strong signs.
Very.
Very intense signs.
Very. Yes. I will say, I think that Capricorn energy coupled with the Scorpionic moon energy, I feel like could be very beneficial in terms of, I don't think Capricorns would shy away from really shining a light on what those sort of inner demons are that a Scorpio moon would have.
Yes.
I think they would be very pragmatic about them. I think they would, if there were something that they needed to face in a balanced person, I feel like they would be like, okay, well, that's it. Not to everyone else, but like to themselves. Like, okay, yeah, that's something that I really need to work on, because if I don't work on that, it's going to get in the way of me being successful in the things that I really want.
Right.
So that needs to go, or that dark thinking, or that this whatever, I need to work on that. I need to like make a list, and I need to do some practices, and I need to get myself out of that. They would be they would approach it that way, and I think that would pull that Scorpio energy into balance a little bit better.
Absolutely. And I think this is where we start to see like the strength that's possible in this combination.
Heck yeah.
Of somebody who, as Scorpio, wants to be intensely transformative.
Yes.
Somebody with that moon in Capricorn, if they can be evolved enough to see what needs to be transformed, they will absolutely put in all of the work to make that happen.
Yeah.
And I just think with the possibilities there with that then are like infinite.
They really are. It feels like a sign that a combination of signs that is set up the way you described it in the beginning, that is set up for what could be arguably the closest to self-mastery.
Absolutely.
That we could get, because it's like, this is perfect for this and this is perfect for this.
If we could just get them to, play on the same page. Yeah.
And not be like neurotic over here and neurotic over here. But unfortunately, like, you know, people are neurotic. So it's a thing. But also, they don't care. They'll work on it for their whole lives.
Yes. Well, and I think that's the other beauty of it. And I feel like that is also very Capricorn and very Scorpio, to just be like you've already kind of said in a different way, but like, yeah, this is a lifelong journey. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna keep going.
I'm not perfect, and this is this, and whatever. And they have that, like, it's that Cap drive to just keep showing up and keep going, even if they make mistakes. They're really not precious about it. And then that's...
No, because Capricorn is one of, I mean, you know, obviously an earth sign, but I think they're less perfectionistic, especially on the journey.
Yeah.
With the outcome, they want that to be... you know, the tip top of the hill, right? But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. No, I totally agree with you. They're not precious about themselves the same way that I think like Virgo energy is.
Absolutely.
And Taurus energy in a different way.
Well, yeah, because yeah.
Anyway, we're not talking about
Listen to the Earth Signs episode.
Yeah, that in a different way. But it is. And so they're just kind of like, well, you know, this is just like what I'm doing. And then I think with that Scorpio intuition as well, that's helpful, because they know, like, they will, if they're really in touch with that, like, they'll know, like, this is a thing I am struggling with and whatever. And then they'll know, like, oh, that's actually not my problem, and that is somebody else's thing, and I don't have to internalize that.
Yes, and I do think all of that develops over time and with growth and with the help of so many other placements that are going to be in somebody's chart.
Yeah.
Which obviously can also be unhelpful depending.
True.
But there's always something helpful in your chart to balance out whatever energies might be challenging or overrepresented or whatever it may be. Your chart, and I feel like the moment of your birth and that alignment of whatever's aligning in the universe at that moment is ultimately here to help us on our journey in our lives as part of the universe.
Absolutely. Right? It's what we always say that, right? Like, the universe gives you what you need at all times, even in your birth chart. And then you're always like, even in your birth chart. And it's so true. It's who you're meant to be on this plane, and if whatever your belief system is on other planes or other iterations or whatever it is that you believe, this specific journey like is meant to be this. And it's never wholly negative. It can't be. There's no such thing as that. It's so, nuanced. Like, it can't possibly be. But I do think that there are combinations sometimes where I feel like we're almost like trying to be like, we love you, we promise. And I feel like a lot of people would say like, no, we know, like, we feel the challenges of this. Like, you don't have to like defend it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we feel it. Like, it's not you making fun of us or saying that we're bad or anything.
No, because I also feel like it's so, or it can be, so validating to have someone see your challenges.
Yes.
And be like, I get why that's hard for you. And then you're like, oh, thank God. Like, it's not just me. Other
Spiraling.
people,
yeah,
can see, like, how everyone has challenges.
Yes.
And to have those, like, lovingly validated, I think is validating.
I agree. And I think this person, if they're viewing this, would feel lovingly validated viewing this on their own.
Yes. And nobody else in their life can watch it.
No. And they will not be up in the comments being like, that's me. That's not this person. This person's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But
they're like, yeah, exactly.
But thanks.
But why are you talking about it?
But why are you talking
But
about it?
also, I'm so glad you did.
Totally. Which can identify with, parts of this, so I totally get it. But
totally. I also just feel like this being two intense signs in kind of really, like, just logical but also difficult placements for, like, their individual, placements. Yeah. I just feel like there's so much potential, like we've kind of already said, and so much potential for just, for good, bad, or otherwise, just a lot of transformation, a lot of affecting other people, which, of course, we always hope ends up being for the good, but nobody's perfect, and things get rocky out there. So just always to come back to know, like, loving yourself.
Yeah.
And knowing what your own challenges are, trying to recognize those and work on them, which I think is, not going to be hard for this combination, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. That's a pretty amazing part of this, so.
Definitely. So, no, I like this one. It was a little, a little hard to walk into these waters, but.
It was.
But I'm glad we did.
They're a little deep, a little dark. But.
Yeah, for sure. But I guess that wraps up this episode of Why Are You Like This? So until next time.
Stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.
Dumb Witch Club is written and hosted by us, Ashley Sidner
and Jackie Gerard at the Dumb Witch Clubhouse in Orange County, California.
Produced and edited by Matt Heinemeyer. Art direction by Violet Turner. Culture consultant Jane Turner.
Original music by Ashley Sidner. Look us up on all your favorite social media platforms, including TikTok and Patreon.
Until next time, stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.